I'm Louisa Barton for the Horse Talk Show and Equus Television, and we're here at OBS pre the Kentucky Derby. The week before, it's getting very exciting, and as always, right before the Kentucky Derby and the Breeders' Cup, I end up catching up with my friend April Mayberry at Mayberry Farm and her team, who always have a horse, at least one, in these top races. And of course, last year her grads won the Kentucky Derby and the Breeders' Cup Classic, so that was huge. And now looking forward to the Derby, we've got another serious contender that's going to run in the Run for the Roses.
Yes, Confidence Game.
Yeah, very exciting. So studying up on him a little bit, heard he was a very fun little foal, that he used to really enjoy galloping the fence line if somebody would run with him, and that he loved to have his picture taken, and he didn't mind, bold and brave, didn't mind getting a bit away from his mom to greet people and show off and run the fence lines, and kind of sounds like he has the right personality to feel a little competitive for the big race.
Right. He was just such a cool horse to have, and it was funny because, technically he was Zenyatta's nephew. So that's how everyone on the farm knew, because the mare's name, Eblusante, which I probably just annihilated the pronunciation
We
of
tried
it.
that too. We were like, what's that?
It was funny, so everybody on the farm just knew him as Zenyatta's nephew. I mean, all the guys on the farm, they didn't know who he was by, who his mother was, but he was Zenyatta's nephew. So that was kind of fun.
Yeah,
That's
because you had
everybody knew him.
Zenyatta, so
Yeah.
it's kind of a nice,
Yep.
nice combo.
And Keith, and I'm not sure exactly who he had, but he had somebody in the family. So it kind of, it's almost full circle with Keith getting him. So, and he was a great horse. He was easy to break, easy to train. Just a lovely horse. Really nice to have on the farm.
Yeah, and you felt like he was kind of bold. I was just telling Isaac on the way here. I was kind of been teaching him a little bit about all the breeds and disciplines, and I've been trying to, help him learn a little bit about racing. And I said, there's 20 horses in this field, unless somebody scratches right before it. There might be 19 or 18, but there's more than these horses have ever seen.
Right.
More commotion than these horses have ever seen. It takes a really special horse to be able to keep his mind right, to make it to the starting gate, and then to be bold enough to run against 19 other horses and then get the right trip.
It is. It really is amazing, and I think a lot of people don't realize the horse's mind plays such a big part in it, because they're not all either prepared for something like that or just don't have it in them. So the mind is something I really look for, and Confidence Game had great mind. Like nothing bothered him.
And a bold horse.
And a bold horse. And confidence. I don't think that played into his naming, but it's very appropriate.
But it fit.
It fit him.
Absolutely fit. When you started training him, any real standout things you noticed about him? When I see them training at your farm, they're usually in company, and you kind of get, that way you get to see them against the kind of equivalent age that, how did he kind of match up with?
He was one of those horses that I, that he's independent. I never had to worry about him. He was going to take care of himself, just show him what, teach him what we thought he needed to do when he picked it up, and, he never had to worry about him. He was never a horse that, got stuck in the fence or did anything wrong. He just really willing horse. Like, he wanted to learn, and he loved to train. And that's another thing. They have to want to do it, and most of them do.
Yeah, it's true. It's a big deal to make it to the top 20 in the entire.
Sure
when you think of the crop of 3-year-olds and how many thousands there are, I think it's somewhere between 25 and 35,000 opportunities to be there. It's kind of like winning the lottery to make it into the top 20, right?
It really is an amazing thing.
And you just keep doing it. You keep having grads that make it. And, I've been around your barn enough to see you loving on these horses and the way you treat them. And I've told people before, they all get treated the same. It doesn't matter how much they cost or who they belong to. They all get treated the same.
Yes, they do. I treat them all like I own them. And I wish I owned some of them, believe me.
Good point, right?
Yeah.
No, it's amazing to see the process and to see every time, and also got to mention the first time I think I ever won anything or any money was on Rich Strike.
Yeah.
I remember when Gigi came up to me with the money, I was like, "What's that?" And she's like, "Well, remember?" And I went, Oh yeah, that's right. I was so
Won a
excited
bet.
for you.
I
I'd
was
forgotten all
too.
about it. Yeah.
That was great.
That helped with the
Yeah.
trip, you know, it helped with the
Good,
trip.
good.
April, we're so proud of you, not just as a trainer and all your accomplishments, but just so blessed to have you as such a dear friend. So
Well, thank you very
for
much.
sharing
And
the time with us.
I
and
feel the same. So.
yeah, we
thank
love you. And we love seeing one of your horses running, and we always root for them.
Thank you very
so.
much. Appreciate it.
Your graduates, in my opinion, have the best opportunity not just to exceed and excel at the track, but if they go on to the breeding shed or if they go on to another career, they have the best foundation with you, and I know that they feel loved, and that matters.
Well,
they're horses, you know.
Thank you. And it does. It takes a village from start to finish. I mean, it is really even though it doesn't seem like a team sport, it really is. I mean, a lot of hard work on everybody's part goes into it.
Well, we love you.
So, well, thank you.
Wish you all the best.
Thank you very much.
April Mayberry, Mayberry Farm, Louisa Barton here for the Horse Talk Show.